Train approaching, stand clear.
Exiting at 5 minutes, there's only one exit from this platform. The exit towards the rear of the train. Once again, passengers exiting at 5 minutes, there's only one exit from this platform.
Thank you very much for coming. One of the things for us at YG is that we're very much a UK-US company. All the R&D is done here, all the simulation is done here, and so it's very close to my heart to have the first major UK launch that we're having of our products. These were shown at Munich, but this is the first time we're actually doing an actual launch of them in a country. The Titan was born out of a bunch of different things for us. The first thing is that some of our distributors and customers were asking us to have a product in the range that would compete with some of the other speakers that we're seeing in the marketplace. The second thing behind it was a drive to try a whole bunch of things that had come out of simulation that we were very excited about. But they do involve a very large loudspeaker. So it's trying to look at this idea of a very symmetric drive array. Human ears aren't very good at up-down location. but they're very good at side-to-side location, and they're very sensitive to phase discrimination in every sense. Trying to build a symmetric array where we have phase coherency between the drivers to within a degree or two across the whole frequency range, which is really a big deal. So let's say this 18 centimeter driver down there, for the tiny content that's going to it above, let's say, 2 or 3 kilohertz, where it's concurrent with the tweeter, is actually phase coherent with the tweeter, even at that minuscule minus 50 dB output level. So when we were doing the modeling, the background of YG over the last 5 years has been trying to understand what makes the magic for listeners, because it's not a mysterious and enigmatic process, it's a scientific process. The thing is that human ears don't act anything like laboratory instruments. The traditional metrics which are used for designing loudspeakers are only moderately useful for making speakers that sound amazing to human ears. And this last set of simulation work that we've been doing in 23 and 24 was leading us to think, we really want to try this vertical symmetric array. And that was the bedrock of what we were looking at with Titan, because it needs a really big speaker. If people are asking us for a big speaker, if there's demand for something like this, it's a great place to test the science and see whether it works. Everything about this is just putting the last drops of understanding and research that we've been able to glean over the last 5 years into a single product. I could talk for hours about the individual bits of technology. The faceplate is a 75 millimeter thick billet, which is then precision machined. It has a very special hollow structure in the background. It's almost entirely resonant free across the whole frequency spectrum that we're looking at, and well beyond, because the higher frequencies are the things that inform the phase space for the lower frequencies. The drive units are our aluminium drive units, which already have some of the best performance in key metrics that we're looking for of anything that we can find in the marketplace. The rest of the cabinet it's 5 layers, so it's 3 layers of aluminium, 2 layers of constrained layer damping, using we work with a German manufacturer to come up with a foam that does exactly what we want in terms of damping these. And the 2 layers are slightly different foams as well. The net result is it's just feels like a stone. And when we look at, we have this wonderful gizmo. There's a multi-point laser vibrometer that we use on these. You can put this grid of laser points down the side of one of these, and it'll scan constantly while you play music. And these are just rock solid. There's no flex, there's no vibration. It's pretty much as close as you can get to just a science ideal platform for these drive units. Behind each one of these, there's the cavity for each one is designed so it has almost no resonances. We have these diffuser absorbers behind that means that there's 99.8% coherent absorption behind each one of the drivers. Then you have all of them go down and outside to an external crossover. This is the first time we've played with an external crossover. The idea of the external crossover is, first of all, to give us space to be able to do some of the things that we want. If you look in our speakers, an awful lot of what's going on in the cabinet and the drive units is just really good conventional engineering. We're making very good loudspeakers. The place where we have the flexibility to be truly innovative is in the crossovers. Because we understand the behavior, we've measured the behavior of every single component so incredibly precisely, we can then build these highly optimized crossovers which deliver this incredibly low distortion and this phase coherency between the drivers. If you look at the circuit topologies in them, they seem crazy if you were to compare it to a conventional second order crossover, whatever, fourth order crossover. They don't look anything like that. There's a huge amount of phase shaping that's going on in the circuit. We also want the crossover to be as efficient as possible. And in general, efficiency involves large components. If you have large inductors, they tend to generate relatively dispersed magnetic fields as they're operating. We want lots of space to let the inductors behave ideally. We actually use the interaction of the inductors with the other components as part of the circuit. So nothing is negative. We just model everything very precisely and place everything so that the interaction is the way we want it. But it makes our life a lot easier if we have space. And if we have no cabinet interactions either. So you'll see that the crossover is milled out of Delrin. It's a completely non-inductive material. There's no metal inside there other than the metal that we decide to put there for the traces and the individual components. It also means it's very easy for us to have different models of the speaker, because effectively this is an active loudspeaker. It exposes each one of the drive units on the plethora of terminals that we have at the back. I think we must be accounting for a sizable proportion of WBT's next gen binding posts, given how many we're putting on these. The three configurations that we built, there's a pure passive, which is a 5-way passive crossover. There's an active sub configuration where it's a 4-way passive crossover, and then the bottom sub driver is actually driven by DSP crossover amplifiers that we have. It's a highly customized 1 kilowatt class D amplifier with a DSP crossover that perfectly phase aligns it with all the other drive units. And what's more, it doesn't just phase align it. It's not a plain phase alignment, it's a volume dependent phase alignment, so it's a pretty complex DSP, making sure that it's acting as a perfect sub-bass driver. And then there's a third version, which is the live version, where you have a similar cabinet to the crossover at the back, but it has an aluminium chassis, and it contains a dedicated amplifier for each individual drive unit, and one of the DSP crossovers that we have in our live series. And all of them share the same loudspeaker chassis. So it's, especially for dealers, dealers and distributors, it's a chance to be able to swap between the configurations. For customers, there's an easy upgrade path. And for us, actually from an engineering point of view, it's really nice because we have this external unit that lets us do all of our testing and development very neatly in a parallel track to the actual loudspeaker. I'm happy to go into a lot more detail about what's going on inside and why it's clever and all of the bits and pieces we've done. I mean, if there's a way to be obsessive about the engineering of our speakers, we find that way. You look at the nickel finish that we have here. Actually, it's a relatively unusual aluminium alloy that we're using. It's then struck first with a layer of brass, and then there's a second thick layer of copper, and then on top of the thick layer of copper, we put a thick layer of nickel. So it's a multi-layer coating. Part of that is decorative, but part of that's actually incredibly useful. The multi-layer surface coating helps with the inductive behavior of each one of the panels. It also makes sure that the joints that we have under compression, because you have a soft material in the middle, you have the copper as a thick layer in the middle, are even more vibration damp than they would be with a pure material. It's this kind of obsessive, we landed on this actually after trying about 10 different coatings and testing each one of them. And that's just the coating which is on the surface. So I can ramble about this forever and ever. What we try to do at YG is not spend all of our time talking about the technology. That may be what's our sort of day-to-day obsession in terms of how we're designing, building, and pushing the boundaries of these forwards. I'd really like to concentrate much more just on how it sounds, and I can help explain why it's doing some of the things that it's doing, but the whole point is for it to sound good. The whole point of it is to sound good with relatively flexible placement and with a very large sweet spot. we don't believe in, I think I've told each one of you individually, but we don't believe in speakers where your head has to be here for you to have the full experience, and if you do that, it stops working perfectly. Music, for me, for most of the people that I know, is a social activity. You want to listen not just to yourself, but with friends. You want the experience to be something that you can share. You also want speakers, I'm not sure how many day-to-day living spaces these could weave themselves into, but we want most of our speakers to be able to be used in non-dedicated listening rooms. And that means making sure that they're flexible in placement, that they deliver that amazing, magical goosebump experience. Even if you can't get acoustic treatments everywhere and you can't place them exactly so and put your listening seat exactly where you want it. All of this is really good because the low jacks with wheels that we use to shift these around are lost in transit. And therefore, these are pretty close to where we first built them, which is good because they actually sound quite nice where they are. But I think they could, if I wanted to do an ultra critical demonstration, then I would definitely tweak them a little bit. I'd probably move them back a little bit and tow them in a tiny bit more. But they are where they are, and it's a good demonstration. If you make speakers which act to your ears like point sources, if I had a solo violinist and they stood in the middle and played for you, you don't care that there are sidewall reflections, because actually the sound source is a coherent point, well, roughly point source that your ear is happy to understand. When you hear the reflections, your ear's fine with them. You're like, that's a violinist playing in a room. I'm okay with this. By getting the distortion down to the levels that we have, by making sure that there's this phase coherency, and there's a handful of other tricks in there as well, you end up making sure that you're much more flexible to placement. You get this really big sweet spot, and these are a nice demonstration of what we can do with that. We have the pleasure of pairing with Chord today for this demo. For us, it's doubly a pleasure, not just because we think Chord's a fantastic company, but it's kind of strange coming into a company which has such a history of being a US company, and now we have all the R&D is here. The designs are all born here. We do so much of the work in the UK. It's nice to have a UK partner. It's nice to be. I mean, I love Boulder to bits. It's not a judgment of not liking US companies, but I think in our hearts, the whole bunch of us here feel like we're a UK company as much as a US company, and it's very nice to have a UK partner to be able to do this with. And so thank you very much for getting everything together. That's probably my rambling done with this. As I said, I can talk. Any of you who've spoken to me will know I can talk for days. So let's have a listen. Any questions, anything I can help with, let me know.
Just what it appears I'm in charge of music, so.
Well, do you want to talk a little bit about the chord system, or everyone happy?
Yeah, I think the guys individually, you've all reviewed all the products that you can see there, but just to run through, it's an Auralic streamer. Orenda, sorry. Into M scaler. So M scaler's upscaling to 705.6 or 768, depending on the file. That then hits Dave. Dave is doing the D2A duties into our Ultima preamp, which is the best preamp we have available, so reference pre. And then finally we're going to 4 of our Ultima power amplifiers, which I believe you reviewed a few years ago now, Paul, and Alan, you reviewed the junior version recently. I asked earlier on about the impedance of the loudspeakers just to try and work out, how many watts is it? But I couldn't, and I'm sure you're better at the maths than me, so these can go down to 1 point...
No, it's about 2, just a shade over 2.
Yeah, so these are 780 into 8 ohms, and they can go down to 1.2. You do the maths, I think we've got enough power to make them work. We have active crossovers for the bass modules as well. As I'm now in charge of the music, I'm going to slightly panic, because what's the best?
Webster city side. Crystal bits of snowflakes all around my head and in the wind. I had no illusions that I'd ever find a glimpse of summer heat waves in your eyes. This is what you did to me, now it's history I see. Here's my comeback on the road again. Things will happen while they can. I will wait here for my man tonight. It's easy when you're big in Japan. When you're big in Japan. Tonight, big in Japan. Be tight, big in Japan. Where the eastern sea is so blue. Big in Japan. Alright, pay then I'll sleep by your side. Things are easy when you're big in Japan. Neon on my naked skin, watching silhouettes of strange illuminated mannequins. Shall I stay here at the zoo, or shall I go and change my point of view for every ugly scene? This is what you did to me, now it's history I see. Here's my comeback on the road again. Things will happen while they can. I will wait here for my man tonight. It's easy when you're big in Japan. When you're big in Japan. Tonight, big in Japan, be tired, big in Japan, where the eastern sea is so blue. Big in Japan, alright, pay then I'll sleep by your side. Things are easy when you're big in Japan. Big in Japan, big in Japan.
Well, that crowd liked it. So we'll play something a bit different. I'm going to play you a track that John uses when he finalises his album designs. And for those of you who've met John Franks, quite a bullish character, likes to do things a bit differently. So he plays slightly different music. This track is 8 minutes long. I will curtail it if you wish.
It's not Agadoo, is it?
And we can have a bit of fun with it. It's not Agadoo. No.
It's Baby Shark.
Oh God, can you imagine? Okay. It's kind of got every style of music. infected mushroom, a bit like if Tool met David Guetta and they took acid together.
It's amazing.
You can see why there's kind of a synergy between brands as well. That certainly John with his amplification and Rob with his digital design, pushing the envelope, cutting edge technology, from the amp design from John, all about a low noise floor, therefore high transparency, high gain, high dynamics, and that's what YG certainly produced. The reason I chose that track is we've got 8 drivers, let's hear all of them. You know, we've got a lot of power, but let's hear all of it. And I did actually have to back it off a little bit because the room could be a little bigger and it could be a bit more fun.
Yeah.
Back to you. That's me with the music.
I think it would be good to ask at this point what your preferences for the day would be. We could play a couple more tracks now before we head to lunch. We could head to lunch and come back, and then you could pick some of your own music and have a listen one at a time. I think we're pretty flexible to run the day you'd like, the way you'd like. I think a track like that shows the end-to-end flexibility. I have a couple more that I could just carry on running through to give you a feel for the other things it can do, or it's really your call.
I'm fine either way, really. Let's do a couple more tracks and then how are we doing, Thomas? Yeah, let's do a couple more tracks.
Okay.
Pressure.
No, exactly.
It's alright at a show, we have a playlist and it's really easy, but
Yeah, I think here it's.
I think the playlist got models because I jumped
Yeah,
on
that's
it.
right. I was. Let me just actually find it.
Are you limited to what's on the render drive,
It's
or
live
are you
stream.
streaming it?
It's
So we're limited to what Quobos have got.
Are you
I
streaming it,
found
is it?
3 tracks they haven't got. So
Okay.
I've found 3 tracks they haven't got. That's a very
Because
weird
otherwise,
English, but
maybe
yeah.
if it's Cobuzz, maybe we can select something.
No, of course you can.
If you do one and then
Yeah, I'm
and
just
it-
starting.
Let me tell you about a girl I know. She's my baby and she lives next door. Every morning before the sun comes up, she brings my coffee in my favorite cup. So I know, yes I know, hallelujah, I just love her so. When I'm in trouble and I have no friend, I know she'll go with me until the end. Everybody asks me how I know. I smile and tell them she told me so. That's why I know, yes I know, hallelujah, I just love her so. If I call her on the telephone and tell her that I'm all alone, by the time I count from 1 to 4, I hear on my door in the evening when the sun goes down, when there is nobody else around. She kisses me and she holds me tight, tells me everything will be alright. So I know, yes I know, hallelujah, I just love her so. If I call her on the telephone and tell her that her daddy's all alone, by the time I count from 1 to 4, I hear her on my door in the evening when the sun goes down, when there is nobody else around. She kisses me, holds me tight, says, Daddy, everything's alright, so I know, yes, I know, hallelujah, I just love her so, yes, hallelujah, I just love her so, hallelujah, I just.
Keep walking, keep talking, keep climbing to the summit. Keep shaming, keep taming those voices in my mind. Oh, 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 oh. Straight face, the same game, I can't shake what I'm becoming. No pain and no gain, yeah, I'm falling out of line. Oh, 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 oh.
Setting down to the summit. Looking around over the clouds all alone. Waiting around all the morning. My home, my home.
It's thin, I can't win, but I still keep running. Can't breathe, I can't see, but I'm headed for that line. Oh, 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 oh.
Setting down to the summit. Looking around over the clouds all alone. Waiting around all the morning. My home, my home. I know it won't be long. And I'll keep walking on. I know it won't be long. And I'll keep walking on. I know it won't be long. And I'll keep walking on.
I think that went back to your mushroom song.
I was thinking that's strange that you're picking that
I
song
wasn't
as
picking
well.
the mushroom song. It went back.
The world was on fire, no one could save me but you. Strange what desire never dreamed that I'd know somebody like you. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love. What a wicked game to play to make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do to let me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say. You never felt this way. What a wicked thing to do to make me dream of you. And I wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love. This love is only gonna break your heart. No, I don't wanna fall in love. This love is only gonna break your heart. No,
One more, I'll give it to you. That's definitely of it.
These mist-covered mountains are a home now for me, but my home is the lowlands, and always will be. Someday you'll return to your valleys and your farms, and you'll no longer burn to be brothers in arms. Through these fields of destruction, baptism of fire, I've watched all your suffering as the battles rage higher, and though they did hurt me so bad, in the fear and alarm,
sorry, the air conditioning became hyperactive just as we played the quietest background song so far.
Why you wanna fly, blackbird? You ain't ever gonna fly. Why you wanna fly, blackbird? You ain't ever gonna fly. No place big enough for holding all the tears you're gonna cry. 'Cause your mama's name was lonely and your daddy's name was pain. And they called you little sorrow, 'cause you'll never love again. Why you wanna fly, blackbird? You ain't ever gonna fly. Why you wanna fly, blackbird? You ain't ever gonna fly. You ain't got no one to hold you. You ain't got no one to care. If you only understand it, nobody wants you anymore. Why you wanna fly, blackbird? You ain't never gonna fly. Why you wanna fly, blackbird? You ain't never gonna fly. You ain't got no one to hold you. You ain't got no one to care. So why you wanna fly, blackbird? You ain't never going to
Some really nice tracks. If we want lunch, we should probably head across because I think our table.
Sometimes I catch myself wondering,
the end, I know that everything happens for a reason, to make us stronger.
If you go away on this summer day, then you might as well take the sun away. All the birds that flew in a summer sky when our love was new and our hearts were high, when the day was young and the night was long and the moon stood still for the night bird song. If you go away, if you go away, if you go away. But if you stay, I'll make you a day like no day has been. Oh, we'll be again. We'll sail on the sun, we'll ride on the rain, we'll talk to the trees and worship the wind. Then if you go, I'll understand. Leave me just enough love to fill up my hand. If you go away, if you go away, if you go away, as I know you must, there'll be nothing left in the world to trust. Just an empty room full of empty space, like the empty look that I see on your face. Can I tell you now, as you turn to go, I'll be dying slowly till your next hello. If you go away, if you go away, if you go away. But if you stay, I'll make you night like no night has been. Oh, we'll be again. I'll sail on your smile, I'll ride on your touch, I'll talk to your eyes that I love so much. But if you go, I won't cry, for the good's gone, gone from goodbye. If you go away, if you go away, if you go away. you tell her, and all the hounds they start to roar. The boys all go to hell, and then the Cubans hit the floor. They climb along the pipeline, they tango till they're sore. They take apart their nightmares and they leave 'em by the door. Or let me fall out of the window with confetti in my hair. Deal out jacks or better on a blanket by the stair. I'll tell you all my secrets, but I lie about my past. So send me off to bed forevermore. Make sure they play my theme song. I guess Daisy's will have to do. Just get me to New Orleans and paint shadows on the pews. Cut the skin on that pig, kick the drum and let me down. Put my clarinet beneath your bed till I get back in town. Let me fall out of the window with confetti in my hair. A deal out jacks or better on a blanket by the stairs. I'll tell you all my secrets, but I lie about my past. So send me off to bed forevermore. Yes, she'll be all in calico or the color of a doll. So wave your flag on Cadillac Day, hang a skillet on the wall, cut me a switch. Oh, hold your breath till the sun goes down. Changing down gears. I'm slamming on the brakes. Of inches of top from the 60s. To a bend now, skidding round the hairpin. The sheer drop down the Italian mountainside. Time is kind of frozen, and you're gazing at the view. And I swear I'm seeing double.
could strip it down. We could take it back to basics. Baby, we control the sound. We could make it wake the neighbors. But baby, let's be quiet now. Reach out, pull down on the fader. We don't have to get so theatrical, 'cause you know even simple can be special. We don't have to get loud to lose it. All we need is just me and you. We don't have to scream out to prove it. We could keep it all on acoustic. Ooh, keep it all on acoustic. Ooh, if you keep it all on, let me see the real you. Baby, take off all your makeup, undress me to the naked truth, until we're both uncomplicated. 'Cause all the things we wanna do are so much better when we're naked. We don't have to get so theatrical, 'cause you know even simple can be special. We don't have to get loud to lose it. All we need is just me and you. We don't have to scream out to prove it. We could keep it all on acoustic. Ooh, keep it all on acoustic. Ooh, keep it all on. Your fingertips on my neck. Oh, pull me in close to your lips. Oh, we don't have to get loud to lose it. All we need is just me and you. We don't have to scream out to prove it. We could keep it all on acoustic. We don't have to get loud to lose it. All we need is just me and you. We don't have to scream out to prove it. We could keep it all on acoustic. Ooh, keep it all on acoustic. Ooh, keep it all on.
Roxanne, you don't have to wear that dress tonight. Walk the streets for money. You don't care if it's wrong or if it's right. Roxanne, you don't have to put on red light. Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. 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 I loved you since I knew you. I wouldn't talk down to you. I have to tell you just how feel. I won't share you with another boy. I know my mind is made up, so put away your makeup. Told you once, I won't tell you again. It's a crime away. Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Put on.
Strange, what does that make foolish people do? I never dreamed that I'd be somebody like you. I never dreamed that I'd know somebody like you. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love. What a wicked game to play to make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do to let me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say. You never felt this way. What a wicked thing to do to make me dream of you. And I wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I wanna fall in love. It's only gonna break your heart. No, I wanna fall in love. This love is only gonna break your heart. No, loves no one.
Every morning at the mine, you could see him arrive. He stood 6'6", weighed 245, kinda broad at the shoulder, narrow at the hip, and everybody knew you didn't give no lip to Big John. Big John, Big John, Big Bad John. Big John. Well, nobody seemed to know when John called home. He just drifted into town and stayed all alone. Didn't say much, kinda quiet and shy. And if he spoke at all, he just said hi to Big John. Somebody said he came from New Orleans, where he got into a fight over a Cajun queen, and a crashing blow from a huge right hand sent a Louisiana fella to the promised land. Big John, come on. Big John, Big John, Big Bad John. Well, then came the day at the bottom of the mine when a timber cracked and men started crying. Miners were praying and hearts beat fast, and everybody thought they'd breathe their last. Except John. Big John. Big John. Yeah. Big Bad John. Through the dust and the smoke of this man-made hell, walked a giant of a man that the miners knew well. Grabbed a sagging timber and gave out with a groan, and like a giant oak tree, he just stood there alone. Big John. Big John. jacks and timbers, they started back down. Then came that rumble way down on the ground, and the smoke and gas belched out of that mine. Everybody knew it was the end of the line for John. Now they never reopened that worthless pit. They just placed a marble slab in front of it. And these few words are written on that stand. At the bottom of this mine lies a big, big man. Big John, Big John, Big Bad John, Big John, Big John, yeah, Big John, Big Bad John, Big John, Big John, Big Bad John.
When I think of those eastern lights, muggy nights, the curtains drawn in the little room downstairs. Prima donna, Lord, you really should have been there, sitting like a princess perched in her electric chair. And just one more beer, and I don't hear you anymore. We've all gone crazy lately, my friends out there, rolling round the basement floor. And someone saved my life tonight, Sugar Bear. Almost had your hooks in me, didn't you, dear? You nearly had me roped and tied. All about hypnotized, sweet freedom whispered in my ear. You're a butterfly, and butterflies are free to fly. Fly away, hide away, bye-bye. Never realized the passing hours of evening showers, slip loose hanging in my darkest dreams. And strangled by a haunted social scene, just a pawn I played by a dominated queen. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, damn it, listen to me good. I'm sleeping with myself tonight, saving time, thank God my music's still alive. stocks and bonds, paying your HP demands forever. Coming out in the morning without a truck to take me home. Someone saved my life tonight. 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 So save your strength and run the field you lay alone. Someone saved my life tonight. Sugar bear. You almost turned your head to me. Did you, dear? You really had me hooked and tied. All about hypnotized, sweet freedom whispered in my ear. You're a butterfly, and butterflies are free to fly. Fly away, fly away, bye-bye. Someone save my life. 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 Someone save my
last night, blues walked into my room. When I lay down last night, blues walked into my room. I said, blues, 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 what you doing here so soon? Blues, blues, why don't you leave me be? Blues, blues, why don't you leave me be? I've got worries on my mind, please stop hounding me.
Blues came a walking and talking like the master bone man. Yeah. The blues came a walking, talking like the master man. Walked up to my bedside, oh, he shook my right hand. Oh,
the blues, blues, why don't you leave me be? Blues, blues, why don't you leave me be? My mind is all worried, please stop hounding me.
Well, the roosters crow for day. Well, oh, I'm going back home, y'all. Where the roosters crow for day. Yeah, sit down by the water, wash my blues away. Blues, blues, why don't you leave me be? Blues, blues, why don't you leave me be?
I've got worries on my mind, please stop hounding me. I got worries on my mind,
oh yeah,
please stop hounding me.
Don't do it to me, no, no.
I got worries on my mind, please stop hounding me.
So much desire in the world today. So much of everything, you can't give it away. You could be happy, but you're feeling so bad about what you never had. 'Cause you can't look at nothing without wanting. Well, that's the truth. Always some scene you think you got to break into, or a new sensation to intoxicate you. Ain't it a drag, staring through the glass, and something doesn't touch you really, or bring you laughter, or roses, or stroke your hair so tenderly, stealing you away from me. Jesus. to have everything you see. Same one sold you that last fantasy. Roll up your sleeves and use those hands for something's gonna work for you, baby. To fill your arms and your heart with joy. Stealing you away from me. Jesus. You live in a dream, baby.